So we've got back up. Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome. Happy Tuesday, or whatever day of the week it is if you're listening to or watching the replay. Right, just check that I can actually see us in the group. So if anyone is watching, say hello. Let me know you can hear us and see us okay. Okay, yep, I can see us. So that's good. Right, let's just tag everyone in. So it doesn't always notify. Okay, there we go. So a very warm welcome, Amy.
Thank you.
So Amy and I just wanted to hop on and have a bit of a chat. That's a new word. Chat about all things energy alignment and Amy's experiences since working together. And yeah, we just wanted to open up the discussion really. So this isn't just me and Amy, but if anyone wants to, hop into the comments, ask us any questions as well, please do so. And looking forward to chatting today. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of the conversation, because I know we like to kind of go deep into things, would you like to just do a brief introduction, Amy, and tell us a little bit about you and the work that you do?
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everybody. So as Gemma said, my name's Amy. I started working with Gemma quite a long time ago, actually, through lockdown. I met when she did, I think it was a women's network meeting. Mm-hmm. And at that point, I felt like I was at a bit of a crossroads, not quite sure what to do. So we started working together, and I feel like we got to the point of a plan with some new direction, and then lockdown happened. So I became very much full-time mum again, and coping with all that side of things. And then came into contact again last year. I got in touch with Gemma. I'd actually lost my dad at the end of 2022 and was looking for some support with grief. And it really quickly then went from having some grief support, which was amazing, to then me realising that the job I was in wasn't in alignment with what I felt. So I was having sort of that physical disease. I had some body issues coming up, and I had to have a really good hard look at myself and think, okay, what is going on? I knew enough about doing some energy works and crystal healing before to know that it was my physical body telling me something. I'm holding my crystal, I just realised.
Oh, amazing.
My physical body was saying something's not quite right here. So then I started working with Gemma, and really quickly left my job. And at that point, Gemma was advertising her next round of the quantum alignment course. And I'd read her emails a few times and gone, okay, yeah, this is interesting. And then once I read it again, maybe about the fourth or fifth time, I went, oh my goodness, of course, this is me. Of course, I want to step into my path. Of course, I feel there's something else for me. So I started it just before I finished at my job. And in the space of, I don't know, 3-4 months, I've gone from, I think I put it in one of my posts, felt like the brink of a complete breakdown to the brink of any day now putting out exactly what my new work and business is going to be. I'm a forest school leader. So for me, my new path is working with nature. So that nature connection and seeing the magic in nature, which is really good for our well-being, just being outside. But also last week I was given a message that actually every time we see magic in nature, it's helping the earth and it's anchoring more light on the earth. So I feel this is my path, is to support people in the coaching that I've learned through Gemma. It's going to be really important in this. But the main thing for me is this nature, this amazing world we have around us, and what it kind of can show us in looking at ourselves. So lots of invitations for what's happening in nature. Okay, what can that do to help me support myself?
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Amy. And can we just take a moment to congratulate you, Amy? So everyone in the group, just send your congratulations to Amy, because Amy has not far off just received her quantum alignment certificate. So congratulations, Amy, on that.
Thank you.
And I just want to really just say how incredible you've been, and how you have shifted and grown. Like when we worked together in 2020, we were both in different places, and then I feel like we've kind of both evolved together through that journey, which has been really amazing. And yeah, like you say, like when we started working together last year, the shifts that you have made are just phenomenal. So you went from like, right, I know something's not in alignment and I know that. And then that, I remember that conversation that we had where you were like, I feel like I need to leave my job. And I know that there's more out there for me. And you made that brave move. You trusted in that feeling and that energy and took that leap of faith. And then what I saw about you was, you really took that time to kind of rest and come within and be in your feminine. And then you've just like, it's like a catapult. You've taken that time, you've gone back and you've learned all the tools and you've applied them all to yourself. And now you've just kind of, I just see you kind of like being catapulted out into the world, running your incredible retreat. So you said, I don't think feel like you're doing yourself justice because you said, ready to launch your business, but you've already run some successful retreats, haven't you already? So you're on it. It's incredible.
Yes, it was. I think I've done, because of my forest school work, I trained in 2015, and so the first groups I ran were for parents and toddlers. It was for my mum and dad's amazing property. They've got some woodland on their land, and then went into schools and set up several forest school provisions in, I don't know, about 3 different schools. And so the job I was doing was in a forest school outdoor nursery, and there was so much about it. It was amazing. And I still feel so passionate that that was the best environment for the children to be outdoors, amazing practitioners. And it came to the point I sat in a meeting and I was being presented with the vision and going, this is an amazing vision, it's not mine. And instead of being excited, it just felt really suffocating that it wasn't my vision. And I've loved working with the children, but also with the treats I'm doing. My mum and I are collaborating, which is so lovely. She's an artist. And as soon as I said what I wanted to do and to have more nature connection retreats and gatherings, she said, well, come and use our space again. And then she sort of went, well, I'm doing this calendrical art course, and I think the art could work really well together. So we did Winter Solstice was our first one. And then we had one on Sunday, which was for Imbolc. So we're looking to celebrate the seasons, the Celtic wheel, and using a mixture of nature connection. So what is the energy of each of these festivals? What is happening with ourselves? So for Winter Solstice, we were really looking at how things we were letting go of can sort of compost and nurture our next steps. Imbolc on Sunday, those emerging seeds, what's coming up and what do we need to support them? And then this morning, I've literally, before I've come on with you today, I've now launched bookings for my retreat, my first weekend retreat in September. Amazing. So I just want to make holding space for people is so important. So to give people that time in that space, because it's so easy to be busy, busy, busy. Oh, I know I should go for a walk. I know I should do this. But I think unless someone's saying, look, here's 3 hours, come and be with us. We'll hold you. We'll have tea and cake and have some nature connection, and almost that permission for someone to come and sit and be in nature. It's really lovely to see, and it's quite powerful to watch some of the revelations that come up when people have that time.
Beautiful. I love that. I love how you've brought together the forest school work, and in recognition of that not being aligned with your goals and your mission, but you've kind of brought that, and you've brought that experience in, and then you've gone, okay, what do I need, and then what do I see makes that real shift in others. So that sounds like a really lovely blend there of what your authentic path is and the gifts that you have, and that recognition that that past journey has served you well in terms of your gifts, and you're now bringing those coaching skills into that. So what would you say to anyone watching this, feeling a little out of alignment and feeling like, oh, I know there's like that golden path that we talk about the golden path a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
I know that golden path is there. I know there's some aligned work for me there, but right now I'm trying to fit into these boxes over here. But I know there is more, and I know I can have greater impact. What would you say to anyone that's feeling like that?
I think one of the most important things, until you reminded me, I'd forgotten how important it was when I was feeling this. I had to make time for myself. So actually, it meant I had an 8-week notice period at work. But I was at that point where one day I left work because I couldn't physically stand up anymore. I was so exhausted, with sort of stress, burnout, anemia, and actually I reduced my hours at work. So it was that time and space. And when I finished my job, I think I left beginning of November, and I earmarked up until Christmas as, this is recovery time. I will do very little, just to start. So for me, that time, I could park the work, I could park the things that wasn't in alignment for me, and then that rest, things then started coming in. So what the course was really good for, because I really enjoy writing, so to have the workbook prompts and to have that space, I found that really helped me ask questions of myself, but I needed the space to do that. I needed to carve out that time and peace for me. Lots of baths.
Always
And the
about the
writing,
baths.
always about the baths, herbal tea in the bath.
Yeah.
So the writing in the workbooks really helped me guide that discovery time, I think I'd call it. So I think if anyone who's feeling that there's something a bit, something else, I'm on the verge of something, I would say trust that feeling and then seek out for you what you need to get in touch with that, whether it's through Gemma's course, whether it's meet a coach, whether it's time, whether it's a retreat away. So for me, it helped being able to park the thing that was causing me stress, making time to discover what was happening, and also time to listen, because then when I was quiet, I could hear. I feel like I'm doing my hands, but I could hear. I think in that quiet, you then start to get the messages. And it's been so funny. The universe is amazing. I've had so many points where these messages have been completely random. So one example, I'd done some writing, I'd done some journaling, and the core things that came out were boundaries, so saying no to things, and actually that I'm quite a determined and driven person. And that day in the post, I had an envelope come through, and on the back of it, it just said, Amy Shawcross, determined, no. And I put it on the fridge, and I thought, how amazing is that I've had this discovery, this awareness, and then the letters come through with these 3 words on the back. So I've had so many things like that, and it's made when you're looking for these, or when you're in tune, I just find these little messages of yes, you're on the right track, or no, there's no path, don't go down there. It's really quite funny to watch.
I love that. I love that the exact words came through. Like we hear, don't we, about, see signs of, seen an owl, or, but actually to get the exact words. And I know you were doing a lot of shadow work around that as well. And then it was like confirmation that the work, it's like, yeah, you've done the work, Amy. These are the words, these are coming through. So I love that. Another thing that I love about your journey, Amy, which is something that I think a lot of us will resonate with, certainly in my experience as well, is we kind of hear this when we're working, like, because this is an energy first world, and when we're working with energy and we're working with quantum, we kind of hear this like just take the leap kind of thing, for want of a better word, just take the leap, like take the leap and then it appears, the universe has your back, just do the thing. And you did do the thing, and what I'm hearing in that is how you created the safety to do the thing. And I think this has been part of my journey as well, was that I've got this beautiful little fly flying around me. It's actually quite pretty. It was about, how do I create that safety and that nervous system regulation to be able to take the leap? So yes, like the current situation, in a sense, like there is part of letting go of the current situation that is given us, and obviously it literally gave you your health in your instance. When you left that job, it gave you your health, and then it gave you your health and your vitality, and you were then able to put that energy into your business. There's like an in-between step there, I feel, around creating that safety. So you cut down your hours, and you took that time and you went within, and then you got those messages, and then that almost not just created space, I'm hearing, but that also created then safety for you to make that leap. Can you talk more about that? Because I think that's really important, because I think that for a lot of us, that have had some nervous system dysregulation or anxiety or neurodiversity, like just doing a leap is a bit too much. But if we can create that safety first, then we can leap. Do you want to talk more to that?
Yeah, and I think I should say I'm so fortunate. So my husband is extremely supportive, and my mum has been amazing as well. So the first time I was thinking about leaving my job, I was thinking, oh my gosh, what's my mum going to say? Should will she think I should stick it out? And she was like, no, this is not right. This is not okay. And then my husband, who's basically said, you do whatever you need, you take as long as you need. And it was quite interesting. I did a meditation last week, and what came through was that he is my container. He is this wizard that is this massive grounding energy. So from the financial security point of view, he has helped me have that safety. So I've been able to take that time. And when I started on the journey, I think one of the very first things connecting to that divine path on Gemma's course, and I could see myself doing it. I still see it so clear. I'm just standing under some trees and I'm healing. And I was like, oh my goodness, this feels so big. But what has been really helpful is the daily actions. So rather than going, oh my, okay, this is it, I'm here, but this is where I'm going to, it's been broken down and broken down. So, okay, today, what's going to take me that step closer? What do I need to do today? And it's really funny because all of a sudden I'm here. And it hasn't been a big scary jump of, okay, I need to launch a new business. I need to do all these things, find out what it's going to be, look into all the logistics, because I've done little step, little step, little step. It's really broken it down. So when I'm speaking to people at the moment, that is another key thing, is little tiny steps. It's great to have the big vision that you're moving towards, but every day, what little bit can I do that's heading in that right direction? So again, it's that creating that safety, what feels safe. So baby steps feel safe rather than that big scary goal. And I keep reflecting, going, oh my goodness, I'm here. I'm here at this place that seemed so far away 3 months ago. And it's been okay. It's okay.
I love that.
Yeah. So
Amazing.
for me, it's been small, tiny steps, working towards a bigger goal, but also having, being fortunate to have the support.
I was just checking to see if we had any questions or anything, but I don't think we have. I'm just going to refresh the page just in case, because you never know. It might just need a refresh. No, not at the moment. Okay. Yeah, so what I love about that, Amy, is the small steps themselves. There's two things in there, isn't there? There's like the masculine container. So you've obviously got like the physical masculine support there, but that's also about how we create that masculine structures for ourselves as well, which you did with cutting down your hours. You kind of gave yourself another container with that. And then the small steps gave you, and what I loved in what you said was like, if you'd have looked back 3 months ago and been like, in 3 months' time, I'm going to be here, you would have been like, that's a massive quantum leap. But it didn't feel like a quantum leap because you were taking the small little daily actions and they've all added you up and moved you forward along that path, which I think is, so that's actually like a separate, another thing about creating safety feels like those small steps are safety to leap. That feels what I'm hearing there and what you're saying.
Yeah, and so you feel like you're moving in that direction, but it didn't feel overwhelming. Because even now I still go, oh my goodness, I'm not quite sure what's happening. But then I go, no, you're already doing it. Like you said about, I've already done the retreats. I've already done some of these days. So I think it's easy. I'd get quite overwhelmed when I go into my head and I'm thinking about it from my 3D brain. Okay, I need to do this, need to do this. I don't know that. It can be really overwhelming. So it's just dropping back in and going for a walk, going, okay, but you're already doing it. It's okay. And also because we're looking to move this year, so some of what I'd like to do, I can start, but I can't really go into it until we move. So I'm giving myself a break and going, it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect and completely finished straight away. It's taking what can I do now? And then when we do move, creating that new space. So again, it's still almost like baby steps, but because I've got so many things I'd love to do, I'm also trying to be gentle and look after myself. You don't have to do it all at once. So just little bits at a time to build it up. And I think that'll be over several years rather than even just the next few months.
And the other thing I remember we talked about as well was like how much, like, there was a moment where you were quite tuned into the space that you're in now, and actually, loving that, and how loving that space and making that a lovely space is going to make you an energetic match to that future space of where you're moving to. Do you want to tell us a bit more about the big dream and the vision and the future space? I'd love to hear more about that. Share as much or as little as you would like.
Yeah. It's exciting. So we're on the verge of taking our next little leap, which is put our house on the market. So what we're looking to create is, first of all, I'm mum. That's my biggest and most important hat to me is mum. So to have a kitchen where I can bake for my children is top of my list. So we're looking to create space that is freeing for all of us as a family. also that has an annex or treatment space so I can see clients. And it's got this amazing little garden outside area, again, so I can do the healing, so I can be inside, outside, like a garden office or annex. And I've been looking at some of the people in the groups. I've looked at some of their spaces as they've been popped up and shared. So it's creating almost like a mini retreat for people to come into, and I can see it really clearly in my head. And we've looked at some houses, and again, the universe, we've been saying, okay, give us a sign. Are we on the right lines? Is this it? And the universe again has just gone, no, no, no. So we've had little hints that some of our key symbols are coming up repeatedly, that you're on the right track. But then we went to look at one house, single track road, and there was a waste removal thing blocking the road. So it was literally, we couldn't get past because of a lorry full of poo. Okay.
There was literally poo telling you,
there was
not
literally
do this.
Poo. Another one had a choking fit looking around a house and went, okay, this is not it. I need to leave. We had another one. It was Ipswich Town things everywhere. As a Norwich City girl, no. Any Ipswich Town, no. So it's so funny, just all these things that are coming up. And I think we're just at that point where we have complete faith that once we sell our house and we're in a position, the universe will go, ta-da. So we've really got a good idea. Again, looking at different properties is really, really helpful to see what we do, what's important to us, what we want. But yeah, to have that shared space to open up to people and to have this little haven to offer my healing, so I can be inside and outside, just really flowing. And the work I want to do, I just want it to be completely unique and tailored. So it'll be a mixture of the coaching, crystal healings, and nature connection. So for me, this move it's freeing in terms of both us as individuals, but also for what we can offer to other people.
Well, sounds absolutely amazing. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see
it. Crossed.
And I love that you connected with others in the group, because we've got some people in the group that have got Airbnbs and retreat centres and things. So yeah, amazing. Okay,
it's
so we're coming.
People are to see, because it's easy to think, oh my god, this it's too much, this doesn't exist, what we're thinking. And then when you see other people who are already doing it, it's such, not confidence boost isn't the quite word, it's just that reassurance that what we're asking for isn't, completely out of the possible, because other people are doing it and they're living it. And I found that so inspiring. That's the lovely thing about the group, is being with people and you can see their journeys and seeing how they're manifesting their businesses in their alignment and path. And it's really inspiring.
Retreat centre is a really big theme in our spaces. Like Vicky did quantum alignment in the first round, and over that time working together, she started to create her retreat centre, similar to maybe we'll have Vicky on, share her story a bit more, actually. That would be really great. But similar to you, she had that masculine support. Her fiance at the time actually built her a yoga studio, and she started with a yoga studio. It then turned into an Airbnb. Now there's a hot tub and sauna on the way this year. So yeah, there's a bit of a theme coming in the group, I think. But yeah, it's absolutely amazing to observe and see like how far everyone's come. It's just incredible. So okay, so we're coming towards the end of today's conversation, and I'd love for you to share a little bit more in a moment about how we can connect with you. But I'm going to just ask you, if you had one tip to those watching and listening for them to get into alignment, what would you say?
I would say the same thing that keeps coming through. I'm not going to get emotional, but it's trust yourself.
Get emotional. I love that.
I've done really well. But yeah, so what comes nearly every single time I connect is the word, it's trust. And I think trust that little inkling you have is okay to be trusted, and it knows you best, and trust that you're supported. So yeah, to create time and space for yourself, and then listen to any time, no matter how small it's coming in, and trust it.
Beautiful. I love that. Trust yourself. Such a wise statement to end on. So thank you so much, Amy. So for anyone watching and listening who isn't already connected with you, how can we find you, and how can people come to your retreats and work with you?
So I have a Facebook page. I'm still not on Instagram yet. That might be a next week job. But my Facebook page is Amy Shawcross Healing with Nature.
Amy, when you do go on Instagram, pop your link in the group, and I'm sure we'll all follow you and get that up and running for you.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
It's been lovely.
Thank you so much for being here. I've loved having a chat with you. I love chatting with you anyway, but it was lovely to chat with you and involve others in that. So amazing. Right, I'm going to stop streaming now. So to come back. Okay.